Hey guys, TheGeek here, and welcome to Ask the Geek. This is a series I haven't done in quite some time, so I'm just going to quickly explain for the new people. It's a series where people send me in their questions over YouTube inbox or in the comment section of the previous video, depending on how private you want to keep it. And I basically answer them in the next episode to when I receive enough. Now, I know there are other people do similar series out there on YouTube. I'm not out there to copy anyone, but to get this straight, it was a series that people wanted me to do, so I did it. And I just want to sort of help out, because you imagine some of the bigger YouTubers get so many questions, and I doubt they can answer every single one of them each week. So, if I answer a few of them that maybe don't get through, their inboxes, then, I'm sort of helping out the community, and I want to sort of give my own opinion on topics and things as well. So, you've got a different side of things. So, without further ado, I've only got one question for this episode, but it was a question that I feel needed answering, so here we are. Now, completely anonymous, I'm not going to say who it is, but the message goes as follows. So there is this guy I like, I'm a girl, but we're not friends. I want to be friends with him, but I don't know what to say to him. Also, I have never really had a convo with him, just a few words exchanged here and there. Please help, Geek, any advice would be great. So, for what we can get from the message, she's never talked to this guy before. I'm going to assume that she's not really in their group of friends. She doesn't really talk to people that he hangs out with most of the time. And they just want to be friends. You don't want to take it any further than that. I think that's the less way to complicate it. If I get that incorrect, then I do apologise. But you just said I want to be friends. So that's, I'm not going to go down other routes unnecessarily. So, it may sound ridiculously simple, but I sort of put myself in the guy's shoes. If there was someone out there that wanted to be friends with me, how would I want her to go about it? And really, the best thing is to come to talk to me. Now, I would sort of avoid trying to go and talk to him when he's with his group of friends in school. It's a bit hard, to do that, because chances are, as I said, you may not know his friends that well. You may not talk to him on a regular basis. So it sort of makes it more awkward again that you sort of, he's hanging out with his friends and you're coming over and started talking. It could work, on a better side. You may know some of his friends. You may already talk to them briefly, may share some of the same classes, sit next to each other, I don't know. Maybe through them, if you start talking to them, you could, become part of that group of friends, and through there, you'll probably be friends with him as well, so that could work out. But, worst case scenario, you don't know any of them, what should you do? Now, I know this is normally the advice is to sort of confront people in person, and you may find an opportunity to do that, but as I said, it could be hard, I'm sort of thinking that you're going to be in school, and, normally in school, people like to hang out in their own set groups, and if you're not in any classes with him, if you don't do any sort of clubs together, there's nothing sort of extracurricular activities that you sort of do outside of that. If you do anything like that, then that's great. That's a perfect opportunity, sort of, maybe pair up with him in some sort of activity or whatever, or, if you sit next to him, make conversation or things like that, would be great. But if not, then, why not use the power of the internet? Because it is a great tool if you use it correctly. Now, the chances are, if he's in your school, then he probably is on your Facebook friends list. I friended pretty much everyone in my year, in my school. Excuse me. So, it is a great opportunity. You don't have the awkwardness that, you may be talking to other people, but he's not with a group of friends, and you're not sort of impeding on that. But at the same time, you can just sort of get the barrier over. You can start talking, and then once you start talking a little bit over Facebook, you can talk to him then in school. You've sort of already got a ground to sort of continue a conversation, and you can get to know him. But also a great thing to do, you don't have to be, dating to go and do an activity together. You may go to him and go, oh, this is an event on, this weekend. I've really got no one to go with. Do you fancy going? That is a great means of starting something, because, if you do an activity together, it's a great chance for you to find out whether you're actually friend material, whether actually you're going to get on at all, whether you have any similar interests, is it going to work? It's a great time to find out is when you go and do an activity together, because you sort of test that. So that's always a great thing. It doesn't have to be the classic film. You can go see a film if you wanted, nothing wrong with that. But, you can do something more creative, go to a certain event or do a certain activity, cooking or whatever. I don't know. But you could choose something like that. That's really how I do it, coming from different situations. If you already got some things you're doing, and you're already maybe in the same class, or you're in the same, I don't know, football team, some sort of club, you know, I don't know, it doesn't have to be anything like that, but it could just be some sort of club, it could be anything, you know, I'll just use football team as a weird example. But, you know, if you're in something like that, then that's a perfect opportunity. It's an activity, you know, try and maybe, you know, be one of his buddies in sort of, you know, in one of the activities maybe you have to do a part of the club, or, you know, find a way. You know, it's hard for me to think of every possible situation because I don't know exactly what you do. I don't know enough about you. But if not, as I said, honestly, I think, you know, if you go about Facebook the right way, or whatever social media maybe you've got him on, you know, just have a chat to him, you know, just you know, find some means of starting a conversation with him. And it's always better like that because it's a one-to-one conversation between you and him, and I think it could work out a bit better. And then once you start talking to him, maybe the next day in school, you go, hey, you know, do you remember such and such? Or if you're talking about a certain topic, you could maybe, you know, come up with a different opinion or whatever. I don't know. You know, I'm not the best with this sort of thing. I'm not the most popular kid in school. You know, I'm just trying to give what I think is reasonable advice, and hopefully you can sort of help yourself from there. I don't know what else to say. I think that's about it, really. So all the best. Hopefully it works out well for you. Now, the only actually last point I want to say is sort of make sure that if you only want to be friends, that you sort of make it clear to him that that is what it is. I don't mean be point blunt with him, go, you know, we're only going to be friends, but sort of don't lead him down the route of maybe we're going to, you know, date or whatever, because at the end of the day, from his perspective, you just started talking to him and he's trying to figure out, you know, do you know, you want to be friends with me? Do you like me? Do you want to, you know, are you going to want to date me? Is that the aim of this? So, you know, if you go out somewhere and do something together, just go, you know, hey, do you want to go out as friends? You know, then he sort of knows, okay, you know, I see the situation here. But if you do actually want to take it further, then, you know, you can ask him out, you know, on a date, and then you'll obviously know for sure that way. But, you know, I think it's nothing worse than, you know, sort of a situation being between two people not knowing what the other think of each other. So if you sort of make it a little clear, then you know sort of what the grounds are on. And yeah, all the best, as I said. Hopefully that advice has helped you. I've tried my best. If it hasn't, then I do apologise. Please, you know, let me know how it goes. Give me a message back, and that would be awesome. If you do have any questions, as I said, don't forget to send me them over YouTube inbox, or if you don't want them to be too private, you could put them in the comment section below. Or if not, if you follow me on Twitter, I will follow back, and you can direct message them to me as well. And I don't have really an email setup. I may get one. If you do want one, let me know. Then I may do an email setup as well. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video. But as always, drink tea and game on.